Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. There we go. Okay. Sheesh. Testing, testing, testing. There we go. Okay. Sheesh. Testing, testing, testing. There we go. Okay. Sheesh. I'm gonna stop recursing. Well, that was annoying and frustrating, but we persevere. We should have smooth video, we should have actual audio, and that's more important than a pretty little stream. Okay, Minobi versus Bera. That's not bad. I can work with that. Xander wasn't able to catch the first part of the stream, but now you can watch along while doing your foam rolling. You did not miss anything. It was an hour of technical difficulties. Do not worry. It was honestly a pretty boring bout considering it went to 14-13. But choppy audio, choppy video. I was somehow muted for half an hour. Minobi, on the other hand, despite being the French grip, not as defensive as Hanser actually works out to be. I wonder if Hanser may cease and desist for Poker Party's game. Anyway, Xander, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I was very worried that when my stream ended twice, I just lost all my viewers. At one point it said I had -1 viewer, which was bad. Minobi, Minobi, just kind of step in, look for the counter, preemptively look for the counter. Important part of fencing, a lot of people will do a thing, wait to see their opponent's reaction, and then try to react to that. And you don't always have time to do that. Frequently you don't. You need to do at least your first reaction immediately, depending on how it works out, and then go from there. Double, nothing happens. Minobi push and look for the counter. Minobi. It's not quite eyes closed versus eyes open because you're not committing to the real final action. You know, it's you go advance, you know, extend, disengage, feint, disengage, lunge. Your feint disengage would be one action, then you would wait to see what you do with the lunge. And not always a thing, but frequently a thing. Yeah, that's a really pretty touch, the feint to the foot coming high. I think the Czech have the best mask paint design. I just think it looks so cool. See, Baran looks a lot more like a French gripper than Minobi does. Just the way he fences, leaning forward, body very square, arm comes way behind his knee. It's a very French grippy kind of way to fence, but he's got a pistol grip, so I wonder what the deal is there. Minobi looks like he's in a sauna. He's so relaxed. Oh, too relaxed. There's that counter that Baran's basically the whole game is probably going to be just looking for that counter. Now Minobi's taking it a little bit more seriously. There it is. Step in, look for the counter, and you can try it 5 times and fail every time except one because it's such a safe action. If your opponent full commits to the attack, you're there for it. That's the whole point. Did they just tips? How was that? I haven't seen that in ages. Silly. Yeah, I don't ever see Minobi like Trent's either, and does this crazy blade actions. Every single coach I've ever had in over a decade of fencing has been, "You're too tense, you should relax." Hey Xander, how are we doing on audio balance? Me versus the bout sounds. Kind of random out of Minobi. Okay, perfect. You can still hear me and still hear the bout. That's wonderful. Kind of a random attack from Minobi. Wasn't really in distance, and now another one where he's just actually really good timing on Baran's part. That was the same low high that Minobi tried before, and Baran waited for the low, waited for the high, and then went. That was a really nice touch. Minobi back to his step-in counter game. Baran is very front leg heavy for someone in the top 64 of a World Cup, of a Grand Prix. Can I do Heinema versus Freilich? I can absolutely do Heinema versus Freilich. It would be useful if you told me what strip it was on. That was on yellow 2, I think. But if you can find it and send me the link for it, that would be really useful. Yeah, you don't want to know what I did, Johnny, but I fixed it all. And only at the cost of not having an overlay anymore. But wow, I had to restart my computer twice. I had to switch desktop environments. I had to install a different copy of OBS. It's bad. It's bad. The things I do for you guys. See, Baran was just a little bit more balanced. He's very front leg heavy. And so he's got no push on the lunge. I don't know if that made any sense to you guys. Look, Look how much of his back foot is on the ground. It's like he's like the edge of his sneaker. And a snipe, and is really good at probably exactly that, which is why I'm confused he's not using a French grip. But, you know, you have to be able to impose your will on your opponent eventually. And nobody really wanted that one. I don't think he's trying to create pressure by being on his front leg, because you create pressure by getting closer to your opponent. Like Minobi is creating pressure now by stepping in. Baran is just kind of leaning into it. Piece 8, red 2. Okay, thank you. Baran is kind of just leaning into it. I think if this wasn't the top 64, I would say it was bad technique. But it is the top 64. Let me see this one more time. I think he just really, really wants the counter. Maybe he uses it to get away faster by being able to push off it. Unclear. If it wasn't the top 64, I don't think I finished this thought. I would say he's just bad. But, you know, he did a lot better at this tournament than I did, so. Into the first. Go forward, go forward. Go forward? Is my keyword working? There we go. He's not doing a lot of, Braun's not doing a lot of lunging, but maybe he's just scared to overcommit against Minobi. Because he's coming off it a lot, but he's going back on it more than, for example, he should be scared to do a full lunge like that. That was a decent, pretty good lunge, and Minobi picked him off. So maybe he just doesn't care about it, because he knows he's not going to get a lunge in anyway. Which is, a little bit unlikely, I think. Just because at this level, everybody has to be able to hit a lunge. Yep, short lunge and then kind of flush off the front leg. It'd be just really strong. Every bout at this tournament came down to the wire, from like the PT64, the preliminary Tableau 64, all the way down to the end. I got chat up last time and I can't remember how I did it. Poke, 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 poke. Yeah. The blade actions are massive. Well, yeah. I think he's just supposed to be really nervous. He shouldn't be pushing that hard with 2 minutes left in the bout. And now he's down with 2 minutes left in the bout, and now he has to push. And pushing Minobi is the worst you can do. Look at that. He's totally off balance. Wow. What happened there? Nobi got too eager and Baran just stuck his arm out. And there it is. Really, a minute and a half left, and he's going in that hard. I don't know. All right, we had a request for Piece 8. Busan Piece 8. Busan red, Budapest yellow, Budapest blue, Budapest green, Budapest 8. Ia Komata. Wow, I didn't know it was that far up. I had Komata on my fantasy team. It did not go well. Oh, 30 minutes, 18 seconds. Thank you for... Okay. Wow, that distance is insane. They're so far apart. Holy cow. Hello, Battle Napoleon. Nice of you to join us. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, let's see. Step off. Minute back. Is the clock still running? I thought it said 2:31. And double. I really like, Freilich is obviously an astoundingly good fencer. He was Euro champion in 2019. But I'm liking what I'm seeing from Heidelberg so far. By the way, guys, I have merch now. Go check it out. It's on Redbubble. You can't get this one because I made it custom, but you might be able to get it something similar. Heinema is cadet world champion. Oh, you're Finnish. That's why you want to watch this. This is your boy. Yeah, I mean, he's clearly a very good fencer. How did I get another negative viewer? Ralph would just put his blade there waiting for you to do something. And then smooth in with it. Yep. Freilich is a very smooth, glidey, kind of high precision game where he'll push, and wait for you to do something, and then he's got the reflexes and the technique to deal with whatever it is, and then if you don't do anything, he'll just finish it up. Good timing touch by Heinema as soon as right on Freilich's step in. And yes, FIA commentators, it is pronounced Freilich, not Freilich. Going to use this as useful-ish ASMR for a while you work. That is the nicest thing anybody has ever said about my voice. I am honored. Where are we on quality? We are at the highest quality. Okay. Freilich push, Freilich. Wow! I'm not even. I think he must have just nicked around the parry onto the arm, but that was a really nice touch from Heinema. Hey, Nirsa, am I saying that name right? Heinema? Hinama? I don't think I agree with that call. They didn't really cross at all, and they're both going forward with the first touch anyway. It's gonna be impossible to pronounce, you think. I studied linguistics. I can pronounce basically anything if you can write out the IPA, and then also I can remember what the symbols mean. But as long as I'm getting reasonably close, I guess that's good enough for me. What happened? No touch. Okay. One of the other sports I follow is disc golf, and there's a lot of Scandinavian players there, so I got used to pronouncing Finnish names like that, Estonian names. Which are not the same, but I'm sure they're similar. Ooh, good touch by Freilich. A little bit on the second, but clean, quick parry. That's exactly the kind of thing he's looking for. Yep. Sees Heinema wants to go forward, flushes into the forward step. Come to the center. And they must have started like really pushing people to the refs to make people come to the center. Yeah, just a lot of safe actions from Freilich. Low commitment, hoping for an overextension by Heinema on a counter or something. What's Heinema looking for? Let's focus on him. Push. Tried to go in on the step forward, but Freilich was ready for it. I actually watched the second half of this bout. I think this is about when I walked up behind the camera. I have no idea how the phonetic alphabet works. I don't blame you. It's confusing and hard to deal with if you don't know it. But it was worth a shot. I studied linguistics and it is profoundly useless. So this is like my only party trick. Let's see. Push. Caught him flat-footed with a really nice disengage. Yeah. This is what I remember seeing when I was there in person, which I'll shut up about probably in a decade. It was such a fun experience. Anyway, Freilich got really flat-footed. He's not moving nearly as much as he did before. And Heinema is taking full advantage of that. I think that's a touch. That's his first repost. I'm so sorry. I thought I did my mic when I cracked my knuckles directly into it. How about now? Can you hear me? Looks like it's coming through. Maybe red means active, not muted. That would be really embarrassing. Okay, I have a new mic. Heina Ma Hayfield. Well, if it's a common enough name, you'd find it somewhere. Okay, real quick. Search up Heinema. Maybe if you find a YouTube video on how to pronounce it, I will watch it. I just checked out the podium real quick, and I could have possibly predicted who was up there. Neither could anybody else. It was insane. Women's side, same deal. Heinema is made up of 2 words, so you won't find it anywhere. Agglutinative languages are like that. Yeah, Freilich lost focus at about 11-6 and stopped moving. And Heinema took full advantage. Nope, he's good. And Freilich never quite got back into focus. Yeah, this was a really crazy comeback to watch, also in person. Okay, says off the strip. I don't know that I agree with that, but I'm not an FIU ref. Anyway, the good side of losing all the audio vocal was I accidentally cracked my knuckles directly into the mic, and I really hope you guys didn't hear that. It was 11-6 and now it's 13-11. That is 7 points in a row. Heine Ma. Thank you, Johnny. Hine Ma. Yeah. Hine Ma. No, there's 2 vowels there. Hine Ma. Hine Ma. Well, there he went off. That should have been a halt. We've gone back a little bit. No, it looks like he awarded the touch near so. I'm not sure why I said after or whatever, but he restarted them at the on-guard lines. As opposed to making a center. And third period. Freilich needs to just get back into focus. After pass. Okay. So if he goes off after pass, then no touch. Then yes touch. Yeah, Hanema's just more active than Yuval. I think Freilich's a little bit more into it now. But still, now he's back into his real game plan of a slow push and try to force something from his opponent. Ooh, that was sneaky. That was cheeky. That was cute. I like that. What else do we got? 1, 2. Wow, that was impressive. That was very far to hit a flush on, especially on somebody like Freilich. That would be what I would have expected to happen last time. Freilich is very, very fast backwards and forwards. Or something like that, where he goes from out of distance and Freilich hits him on the arm or something like that. Ooh, what was that? That was a really nice one. Just faster than him? Disengage. Okay, disengage down. And hit him on the leg. Well done for Hinema. I still think I'm saying it up. See if we can catch his 32. I fenced Sharlamov in the practice room, and he's not as big as he looks, but his hand is so fast. So fast. And now we're to the women's game. Anybody have any other requests? Hanema versus Bia. Well, good news, that's where I'm going anyway. Battle in Poland, my vid is still up for roasting. I have to figure out when I'm going to do the roasts. I think I'll probably do them at the end today. Also, you have to send me the video for roasting. You cannot just say you have it. So, Bia is coached by Gautier Grumier, and let me tell you, walking past Gautier Grumier was an experience. But probably the future French fencing at this point, considering him and Canon are probably going to be around for forever. They are the ones who send in #Saber. Yes, but please send them to me in private, so I know where they are. Oddly, I'm not getting strong Grumier vibes. Did Bia fall asleep? Honestly, I fell asleep on the first touch and also missed it. I don't think he fell asleep. I think he just misfired on the lunge. Tried to save it by going low and had him a punishment for it. Probably something he'll be working on with Grumier in the future. Yeah, he did drop his arm, but I think he was going for a foot touch. I don't think he was just fell asleep. I mean, it was good reaction from Hanema, but it was kind of a gift from Bia. That was a very, very weak lunge. What happened there? Oh. Yeah, Bia steps off, going backwards, and then gets another meter back. Bia very French. Nema, not really. Okay, I was going to say it was Estonian, but not really. The thing I noticed about the Estonians is that they will never, ever, ever overextend. They're very balanced, very set, and they'll give up 5 touches rather than overextend and get hit once. Yeah, this is an extremely modern epee bout. It's all about going right up in your opponent's face and just seeing if they'll flinch, metaphorically speaking. And Hanema flinched, and Bia got the counter. This is new on the circuit. Doesn't realize that it's the color part of the piece only. Boom, boom. I miss Leland. I wish he came back. Oh. That was so pretty. That was so smooth. I don't know if he could have gotten any farther with it, but he got exactly as far as he needed to. By the center of the beast. I have always, they're both having trouble staying on because usually you can feel it through your shoes. I have always keyed to the line on the edge of the piece. Unless though the actual edge of the piece, because a lot of places, at least in the States, don't have, are either just painted on or are flush with the floor itself. And now my club doesn't even have it painted on, and people could be yelling at me for going off the side. So, not sure about that. Oof. Going like down to avoid the counter and then up and around. That was a really clean touch. Living on the edge with that one. Yeah, so that's a really, really well set up touch actually, because that's back here already. It's push, jump in, pull back, jump in, pull back, jump in, pull back, jump in, go forward. So you set that up 30 seconds before, and bing, bang, boom. Okay. I don't know. Normally this is where I say what they should change, but they're both fencing really well, and very evenly. So just keep pushing on your game plan, I guess. Dia's got to move back a little bit more on the counters, maybe. Heinemann's got to wait till he's a little bit closer before launching. That's a nice flesh. I can see me in the background watching the other bout. I have bad knees and concrete floors were awful, so I pulled the chair everywhere I went. Just wedged my way into the front. And that is one of the Gascons. I think that's Jesus in the extremely colorful red, white, red, yellow, and blue. Right near me. Yeah. Same deal. Hanma, no, I guess not same deal, but Hanma goes for short target for the third time, and BA jumps back far enough to avoid it, and then hits him on the counter. I would like to see deeper lunges from Heinemann. It doesn't look like he's very threatening on that. That was a clean, straight attack from BA. That's classic French fencing, I say, like I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, just doesn't, something about that deep lunge isn't working for him. Every time Diaz got a chance to get out and do something with it. I don't know. Give a French gripper 2 touches, you're in a heap of trouble. Who's got control of the action now? I kind of feel like it's Nema, which I still don't think I'm saying right. He looks like, I think Bia thinks he has control, but Hinema is Hinema. Yinema. Yinema is pulling him in. And I'm not sure that Bia realizes it. That's why he's gotten two parries like that with that 8. And if he had a bit more patience, maybe he could have gotten a third. But yeah, Bia's got to be just run out the clock basically. Step in, take the 2, step back. Yeah, this is Bia's now, because he's it's the same touch twice. Hinema's not got the patience to pull Bia in like he did for his 8th touch, even though he's trying to, and so Bia can just get the counters and double out or single out. There's an entire another period and most of a minute left in this one. He needs to not rush an attack like that. Or that. Works or not works, it wasn't his attack. Was that 10 seconds? That was 9 seconds. He's feeling pressure that just doesn't exist. That's a straight flush from way out of distance. He's lucky to have gotten the double out of it. Yeah, doing stuff in the middle of the piece is a really good point also. He's not taking the time to build an attack or, I guess build an attack. It's weird to say build an attack by drawing him and going backwards, but that's what he needs to be doing. And 15. Still a very good showing by Hinema. Actually, let's watch this bout, because I was... Okay, this bout, then we're going to go to Minobi Heinzer. They happened at the same time, and I was trying to watch both of them at the same time, and I missed everything, but I couldn't keep my eyes on just one bout. This one was really good, because Kano is short and Shalemov is enormous, and watching Kano work up how to beat Shalemov was really fascinating. And most of them always being really, really patient. Spoilers. Yeah. Attempted beat flesh. Shalemov goes around the beat, gets the counter. Kano's got so far to go to hit Shalemov. Yeah, just another flush. Yeah, he might as well get in a car and drive to Shalemov, but you know, Cano's got one of the most explosive flushes on circuit, so it's basically what he's doing. I think he gave up on the beat, so I'm just gonna go straight. I got Fence Shalemov in the practice room. I got one touch on him. It was a double, and I made the tiniest little fist pump. And he was like, "You're not that cool." And then he flushed me, took four, flicked me in the chest, and then unhooked and went to fence somebody better. It was awesome. So yeah, a lot of disruptive blade work from Kano. I haven't honestly done a bout of his to remember if that's normal for him. A lot of disruptive blade work so Charlemo doesn't go in. Well, he pushes and pushes and looks for openings. Which is what you gotta do. Yeah, so disruptive blade work. Actually, let's do this in slow speed. Disruptive blade work. Shalemov goes in one. Kano freezes him for a moment and gets the counter. And that looks like that's not actually what happened. So let's try it again. Yeah, okay, so it's the one early. It's the early hand. Kano beats him and freezes him for a moment and gets a counter when Shalemov tries to go forward. Really, really hard counter on the arm. That's so tricky. I did the slow-mo too late. He's big, he's fast, his hand is phenomenal. It's gonna be, win or lose, it's gonna be a long day for Kano. Because it's so easy for Shalemov, because if Kano ever loses focus, it's an easy touch for Shalemov just because of the arm, just how big he is. And end of the first. Not much to say about adjustments or anything. It's straight up just who executes better, pretty much. They both had their game plan set. Who wants to be the more active fencer? Let's see. I think Kano needs to be the more active fencer, and Shalemov can take shots, but he's got to be really careful about trying to find his opportunities because Kano is always looking for a fake. So it's always going to be a very, very small opportunity. Non-combativity. Wow. I think I managed to catch that one going all the way around. That's like a forward twisting disengage. You can only do that when you're hyper athletic. You can only do that when you're hyper athletic. Catch Charlamov in the very tail end of his step forward. Flesh in, hit the arm or the shoulder or something. Charlamov is late on the counter. Good stuff. Charlama's making fun of him for going off the ship so much. One, two, but he didn't find the blade, so easy counter for Charlamov. See, that's in theory a punishable lunge, that long one. But Kano's got to go so far back to dodge it if he's not going to parry, if he's not set for a parry. So it's just so safe for Charlamov if he covers half the strip. It's a slug. Tall people should be cut off at the knees so we can get some normal. I bet Kano wishes he was doing wheelchair fencing now. Although I don't know that would help. She's got the longer arms still too. Same deal. Going in and then dropping his arms so he can't get countered, and then nothing to do because he's too far away from the body. Oh my god, my short king Kano. It's not what the K stands for. Oof. Kano clearly has much better blade work than Charlamov. Or some combination of the distance and the blade work is better for Kano, which is weird to say, because Charlamov is very good at that. But Kano is also, and so every time they get in a weird kind of a messy situation in the middle, it goes to Kano. And now it's a lot easier because doubles are in his favor. What I think it is actually is that special space where a short person has normal fencing and a tall person really wants to go to infighting. And that's what Kano was at for his 8th touch. It's hard to find, but it's, if you can get it, it's good work. I feel like at least for the end of this period, Charlamov just needs to keep him at bay. Stick your arm out, keep him away, don't try to hit him, just push. I don't know what boxing style infighting means. I don't really watch boxing. Go ahead, style on him, Charlamov. So Kano is very much just looking for doubles, I think, at this point. He's going to flesh. I think Charlamov needs to keep the distance wide enough that doesn't work. I don't know if he has really the footwork to do that against Kano. But that's what he's got to do because he can't go in. Kano's just going to flesh and get it every time. Case in point. 1 second flesh. Infighting in boxing is essentially getting inside someone's punch distance and hitting them with short body blows. So not quite what I'm talking about. In épée, you have basically the distance where you can hit your opponent and the distance where your opponent can hit you. And if you're both about the same skill level and you're both about the same height, that distance is about the same. If there's a big height difference, your opponent has a distance where they can hit you, but you can't hit them. But equally, there's a distance where you're so close that they really want to switch to infighting, but you can still hit them normally. That's where you want to be as a short fencer versus a tall fencer. What's going on here? So it's not really about short body blows. It's about their arms being long enough that it becomes awkward. The flesh is so fast. It's insane. Good pressure from Shalemov because it stops Kano wanting to flesh. But a parry or a lunge and unfortunate late arm. Parry. Kano gets the parry, moves it just enough to miss, and slams it into Shalemov's belt, twists his hand. Ow. See, that was fun. That was a jump, draw the attack, and then take the 8 and go and hit him. But you're not going to catch Kano on that twice, I don't think. There's the double, 13-10. Goes in, takes the parry, preempting Shalemov's counterattack, and nice little hit wherever it was, doesn't really matter. See, this is what Shalemov needed to do before, although I think he was trying, is prevent Kano from coming in. It's, that's a good result for Shalemov. He needs a lot of those, though. He needs 5 of them in a row, 7 of them in a row if he keeps missing. But now it's the first time I'm really seeing him actively controlling the bout. And launch him out of distance. Hits. Okay, let's go to Max versus Kazuyasu. That was piece 5. Kano is our short king. He is the canonical short epéist right now. That is definitely true. Full screen. I remember things. I am back to the right here. Extremely confused at what I'm watching. Max doing the crab shuffle. Minobi is I can only guess that Max's whole game is around confusing his opponent And when you're fencing somebody at Minobu's skill level, you just really need to be extremely confusing. Um, no spoilers, but this whole bout devolves into Max doing really weird stuff. Minobu trying to find the timing for a straight counter. Like really weird stuff. Like this kind of hiding behind his bell crab walk. Core. Okay. Hey Liz, are you still fencing lefty? And skip the video review. Nobody trying to relax. He's so confused. Well, good for you. Well done. Max is blowing my mind. If you compare him to Baran, if you watch that clusterfuck earlier, as he just throws himself at Minobi. Max is very front foot forward, like his weight's very much on his front foot, but he's still got enough on his back foot to be able to explode forward when he needs to. Minobi is trying to have a normal bout. He's so desperate for a normal bout. Max is doing this. just trying to get a straight counter from Minobi and confuse the distance is really what I think it is. Like he's in such a weird stance, Minobi doesn't know how far he can go. And so I have to know if he practices this. I'm so curious. He's got his blade in for. Boop, 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 boop. Listen, there was no chance of this being a normal bout. Although, it is interesting that his first bout he fenced very normally because his opponent was much worse than him, and now he's fencing Nobi Kazuyasu, who is as good as he is, if not better, and now he's being weird. Does really make you think. This is what it looks like when you fence the Olympians at Peter Westbrook Foundation, except it's not intentional and you just lose. I remember this. Class act from Max. Hit the ground and said, no. Didn't hit him. When you fence the Olympians at Peter Westbrook Foundation, have you considered trying to be Minobi? One more time. Yeah. Minobi has no idea what's going on, and he's so frustrated at it. But he is an Olympian, I believe, and will be able to get his mind under control and stay focused. Andrew's going for something. I think he wants to be a bird. But I don't think this is what they meant when they said Red Bull gives you wings. He's got his arms back like he's about to take off. That was pretty. That was an actual setup touch. Which is, if you could do that repeatedly, it would be why you don't do this for real. But I'm not Max Heinzer, and I would be hit so fast with that. I have no idea what the distance is supposed to be here. Max putting his blade back in the scabbard for a minute. It'll be being. Maybe if I just poke at him, it'll get something. This is such a weird note. By the way, over here in the corner, this is Gautier Grumier hanging out watching. I'm not sure who that is. That's Loyola? I think that's Loyola. Nope, Middleton. Just hanging out, glasses, scarf, looking like a kind of nerdy Frenchman. Could still beat me with his right hand. Touch? No touch. Fucking Minobi's gotta, like, just keep focused. That's really it. This is really where, like, it comes in. Oh, sorry. This is really what comes in that Max's sense of distance is just so good that he can do stuff like this and get away with it. Because he knows exactly how far he needs to go to hit Minobi, and he knows exactly how far Minobi needs to go to hit him. And Minobi obviously also has a very good sense of distance, but not as good as Max is when he does weird stuff. Minobi doesn't practice the weird stuff because why would you? And so Heinzer gets to do things like that, where Minobi tries for the counter and Heinzer takes the parry. I believe I can fly. Unfortunate timing by Heinzer's part, honestly. Minobi pulled his arm back right when Heinzer went forward. Maybe that was what Minobi wanted to do. Yeah, stay balanced, and don't overcommit. And then Heinzer, sloppy, Minobi, sloppy, counter Minobi, or final touch Minobi. On the other hand, that was basically the same touch, and Heinzer pulled it in. Minobi wasn't able to go quite as far back as he was the last time. This is such a weird bout. Why is Heinzer like holding his arms like an airplane? Why is Heinzer retreating immediately to his first ship? Why is Heinzer coming in with his blade in 7? Why are any of these things happening? I'm so glad nobody got that touch. I love Heinzer, but like this is a little much. Seriously, blade in 7. Look at that, blade in 4. Nobody's on guard in 4. Now he's back to being a crab. Blade in 3, but like a bad 3? This is me being confused and demonstrating a 3. I do not know what's going on here. He's doing the Ali shuffle. I mean, I guess. I always figured the Ali shuffle worked better because you could go sideways with it more. Heinzer got caught flat-footed. That was one. Yeah, too much weight on his front foot. You can see him like fall forward a little bit. Wanted to go forward and couldn't quite pull it off. Heinzer's moves are beyond my understanding, and I have no shame in admitting that. Heinzer's moves are beyond Minobi's understanding. You can see the confusion, and Minobi's a much better fencer than I am. Yeah, you know, sort of a drunken master style at fencing. No idea what he's going to do next, but it's going to be really good. I guess this is the benefit of trying to parry a hockey puck, is you can crab walk and win and get touches. Yes, dazed and confused. After this, we are going to do some bout review. I have one from Battle Napoleon and one from Status. And if you have a bout you'd like me to review and you are on the stream, send me a DM here or on Discord. Hello, Abdullah. What's going on here? Double. Okay. This bout was weird in person, and I wanted to share it with you all because it's not any less weird on the stream. And it'll be visibly taking a breath. Heinzer. Heinzer doing Heinzer things. Pardon the quality first time recording. That is A-okay. Heinzer with his blade entirely behind his body going forward. Still almost manages to get the parry. I think that was a touch, and if I recall correctly, it gets awarded a touch. There's just not anything else there for him to hit. That is too weird and on guard for the ref. Max is in sprinter's pose. This is how you get a good flesh, is you really, really line up like you're about to do a 100-meter dash and then go. Do not listen to that, that is bad advice. You do a normal flesh by smooth and fast acceleration. This is such a weird bout. I'm glad we're even. Nobi thinks that if he just pushes hard enough, Heinzer can't do anything weird. But Heinzer eats Mexican jumping beans for breakfast, and that's how he gets touches like that. Wow. Minobu is doing everything right there. Looking for the counter off the weird stuff, trying to keep distance and go backwards, and the Heinzer just blew past his counter and hit him. Faster going forward than going backwards, even with the head start. Oh! Push, 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 and just a little flip to the wrist. See how Minobi. Ooh, boy. That was a really nice touch. Just finally taking active control in the distance, pulling Heinzer back, ducking, sneaking counter, follow with the parry too. Minobi's so happy he caught that one. I don't blame him, I would be so embarrassed. Alright. That was a lot of fun. Let's watch some ad fencing. I'm going to start with Battle Napoleon, a video titled Deep and Unsettling Rage at What I Do. Which is not a great title, but and not a great quality video. Okay, that's me. Okay, let's look at Battle Napoleon. I have been watching Battle Napoleon grow and improve as a fencer for several years. He's very active, as I am, on the Reddit fencing Discord, and it has honestly been a joy. And already from one touch I can see a lot of improvement. I believe he is on the right, because he's right-handed, because nobody's perfect. A good initial pull, but you have to get your feet back under you afterwards. You can't keep jumping backwards. Ooh, see? That is not a touch you would have gotten 2 years ago, I don't think. That was a good lunge. And that is even a good touch to lose. That was a strong, you made your decision. That's less of a good touch to lose. You got caught thinking. The hopping. Yeah. Could be yours. Hard to see with the ref in the way. But good transition. I know we've talked about that before. Between hopping and final lunge. I might have given that to you. You shouldn't be going for that probably, but he went very far backwards. I missed it. That was a really good attack. Nothing to say about that one. That was a good attack. Yeah, that was yours. This is really phenomenal fencing. This is really good. Good and not pushing. Good. That was such a good, that was, I'm not sure what touch you're talking about. That was, look at this, because I know we've talked about this too. Defense in depth. You took the parry, push, okay. It was, how am I going here? Push, fake counter, go backwards, and then go backwards with the parry. Take parry and go backwards. You didn't stop in place when you took the parry. And I know we've talked about that. That was really good. That was great defense. Yep, active on your feet but balanced. Great, love to see it. Ooh. He thought you got him, you thought he got you, and they got confused. Hey, new club, that's right. Well done. Are you getting good coaching now? Oh, no. Oh, no. That was bad. Build the attack. Finish, man. You're scared of his counter. You shouldn't be. Good defense. Build the attack, build the attack. Smaller steps there. And then also finish your attack. There and there again. And yeah. Small steps. You basically went attack no twice there because your step was so big it looked like a lunge. That was really good. Direct attack in the middle. Phenomenal. Yeah, parry. Well done. This is really good. This is really good fencing. Good. Finish, finish, finish. You're landing with your front foot flat. So you're going forward and then down. And you're styling on that. That's insane. That was so cool. Anyway, you want to land with your heel into the ground and then let it come forward. Could be either. No, that was bad. That was probably his, and you have to be able to recognize that. Finish your attack there, finish your lunge. A lot of people will tell you to pick up your foot toe first. You don't really have to do that. You can just pick your foot up and let it swing, but it's important to land heel first, both because it's better biomechanically and because you're getting a deeper lunge out of it. You can get a deep lunge, deeper than you think, if you just make sure you put your heel far away. Come on, man. If you're gonna go backwards, go backwards. If you're gonna go forwards, go forwards. Don't get caught in the middle. If you're gonna go backwards, go backwards. If you're gonna go forwards, go forwards. Don't get caught in the middle. Are you getting tired at this point? 12-11? Good. Recognize that you can go forwards. No, that was it. That was your attack. You have to finish that with a lunge. No, he parried you. That was not yours. That was yours. Look at that acceleration. Yeah? Wow. If only you'd have done this 7 touches ago, it would have been a lot easier. You argue points a bit more. That's Saber, man. Let's watch this one more time. You're searching for a parry. That's not your touch. But great fencing. Okay. How long is this video? Okay, we're gonna go to somebody else and then come back here. Abdullah, are you still in chat? Yeah, lots more improving to be done, but lots of improving already happened. And that's the thing to focus on. Okay. We're gonna wait a bit to see if Abdullah shows up, and right now we're gonna do Lizzie. So y'all get a quick view of my Discord because she doesn't know how to use YouTube. The improvement is so visible, it's so obvious, and it's phenomenal to see. I'm glad you're having fun at the new club. You better be sorry. Okay. Lizzie Brandman on the left, aka Pigtails Girl. French grip. You should never be in a position like this. I'm not even going to play it, but your back foot isn't completely off the ground. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. This is a good fencing position, but this is you going backwards. You have no push here. Roar. Why are your strips the size of a postage stamp? They're so narrow. Good movement. Way to stay. Nope, there it goes. Keep moving, keep moving.
Be very subtle.
Yeah, Johnny, I'm a nice person.
My action is going to be more.
Yeah, it'll kind of look like it. You gotta stay a lot more active. You're just trying to hit him. You're not trying to set anything up.
Your bell distance.
See, it's what are you looking for here?
Nice.
I mean, I can't even. You're not looking for anything. You're just going for hits, and he's walking into it.
Because every time you take the half step back,
See,
you're always
he's totally off balance also, and he's not moving either. Which is the only reason you're getting these. Roasts are meant to be wholesome, delicious, and fulfilling after all. I am stealing that. That is adorable, and I love it. Good timing on that. Lizzie, what are you thinking on these? I really want to know.
You don't have girls like that. It's been a while.
Okay, the wrist, but nothing follows.
A lot louder.
And then you get caught flat-footed. Why is your coach coaching in boots? What the heck? Why is he coaching in mucklucks? Poke, nothing.
Liz, he's just getting into his distance.
Your knees are shot. That's fair. But you really have to be more active on it. Like that, like that, like that. I know it's not your coach. Not your club. Yes, I know. Well done. I'm going to turn that roar into a jiffy, I think. I mean, short bout. This isn't how you get people to walk into you. He's doing it because he's bad and out of shape. But you have to go in and out and confuse the distance on him. Like what Kano was doing is a really good example without the liquor.
We're a lot louder.
You need to be prepared to be going backwards on that touch. Get your weight on your back foot more, and I know you're very injured, and I appreciate that if you can.
Liz, he's just getting into his distance.
Balance however you can, and even if you're not bending your knees like a fully healthy fencer would, you need to be able to like walk backwards. Okay, so this is another thing to look at.
To his distance.
Look how many steps you're taking and not going anywhere. Be more grounded, more balanced, and fewer steps, but go forwards and backwards with it, and not so much up and down. Abdullah's second call. Perfect. Just got back to chat. All right, we'll take video number 1. Yeah, and I hear that. You're mostly trying not to fall, but you can stay balanced and like do crossovers if you have to. Would be better than what you've been doing there. Crossovers backwards, small steps forward. The way to go.
Prêt? Allez.
Okay, this is already a better recording than I thought. I assume you are on the left here. I thought my internet came out.
Garde, prêt? Allez.
Tell your camera person to move backwards a lot more. To move back on while you get off there. Okay, that was good. A very reasonable disengage for a beginner fencer.
Garde, prêt? Allez.
A common mistake beginners make is that they start trying to fence their opponent's blade, not their opponent, and you are avoiding that
En garde, prêt?
very well. You're aiming at your opponent and focusing on your opponent, and that's very important. Common beginner mistake you are making is to step your lunge forward and not push off with your back leg. If you remember what I talked to you about, your disengage is reasonable. So this is an example of what you need to do to improve your disengage. You are too close. No, bad Napoleon, wrong. Bad. Stop, wait, reverse that. Anyway, you are too close to your opponent and you are trying to disengage from too close. If you are farther away within disengage, it is easier. Like you're trying to disengage. Here, and look how close you are. This is far too close to do a disengage. If your blade was here, you could just drop the tip and go around. Just, here's my camera. Just like that. Another common beginner mistake you're making is you are stepping and extending at the same time. You need to start your extension before the step. This is good.
En garde.
A really key thing that will help you a lot is the same thing I spoke to Battle Napoleon about. Every step really, land on your heel first.
Allez.
And then that will make everything a lot easier for you. Okay, that was good. Push to keep her away, and then that got her to attack out of distance. I'm not sure if you realize that's what you're doing, but that's what you're doing, and it worked pretty well. Here you're giving up space too easily. Should make her work to push you back to that guard line. But you know, a good parry, even though your arm's a little stiff.
Allez.
You need to be more active on the distance there. She should have gotten that one. Go forward, push. So the question is why you're waiting back here. Because there's two options. Number one is it works for you. Because then you know that she's going to go backward, she's going to go forwards, and you're going to hit her. And that's not unreasonable. But I have a feeling it's because you are either lazy or scared to push her, which is much worse. Is this the same opponent? That was good. Took the blade and hit her.
Angkat.
Try to keep your tip up when you take a 6. You circled around to the side, and that's a good way to slip off and miss. You swapped weapons because hers didn't work right. But now yours doesn't work right. So what's the deal? Okay, you're pushing here. That's good. Yeah, very reasonable. Very reasonable touch.
Angkat. Ada.
You can't be standing still. You absolutely cannot be standing still like this in a bout. You'll eventually learn how to move so that you generate the reactions you want from your opponent. Before you do that, you have to learn to move. And you always have to be standing still. That was a really nice touch, though. 2 steps back, to pull her forward, and then a very, very decent advanced lunge. So well done on that one.
Angkat. Ada.
I'm seeing the beginnings of some really good tactical thought here, which is very advanced for a beginner. And I mean, your technique's not amazing because you're obviously very new, which is nothing to be ashamed of. My technique is not great, and I've been doing this 12, 13 years. But it's good enough that it's not really holding you back, and you're doing the right actions at most of the right times. Except kind of for that one, which was a little bit throwing yourself at her.
Ada.
Okay, that was really good. You made an invocation and she didn't bite, so you went back and reset. And you did it again and it was really good, and the third time you went and she countered. And could have been yours, could have been hers, you were late on the arm, but you still gotta be even more patient, but it's a good start. Arm first, tip up, and that would have been yours. Oh, that was so close. Oh, that was so close. Okay. So this is your blade not working. I saw the blade bend there. Those are reasonable touches. Yeah. That's end of this spot. Okay. We'll do one more battle Napoleon because I only did one of his, and then we'll go back to the high level stuff. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Alright, fencer on the left here. Good counter. How are we on quality? Okay, so we'll finish this up first. What are your glaring weaknesses and how to improve them to stop losing freely, and what do I need to keep doing? You are a new fencer with a very good base. You have no glaring weaknesses, you are just generally new to the sport. All you need to do to improve is to go to practice, take lessons, and keep working. And there's no shortcut for you of obvious things you're doing wrong, like there kind of is for Lizzie, because you're basically on the right track. You're just at the very beginning. I hope you keep going, and I hope you send me lots more videos to review, because I'm really looking forward to seeing you improve. Bend your knees more, lunge off your back leg, tip up, smooth extensions, but like, I say that, and that's everybody's problem for basically the first 3 years of fencing. So you are in a really good shape, and whoever your coach is doing a good job. And good luck. That was the counter we saw before. Okay, so same deal. Good early draw on his attack, but a really good lunge. That might be the best lunge I've ever seen from you. Hey Xander, welcome back. You missed a lot of technical errors and you missed the Minobi Heinzer bout. Please do give me some footage. I love doing this kind of a thing. That was a dumb attack. But I'm pulling, you need to do. That was a high level attack. That was faint. I want to watch that again. Faint lunge. That was pretty. That was a really good attack. You are a bit caught up in your own mind in this match. You are fencing pretty well for being caught up in your own mind so far. Good dodge. Finish that attack. Yeah, see, that's what happened, is you wanted the counter, you didn't get it, but you didn't stop. You kept going backwards, and so he missed his attack, and you got yours. That's the importance of defense in depth. That was a little bit rushed. I mean, that's what you think happened. You were going for his blade, saw no blade, and finished it. Oh, on the long attack, probably. Look, it looked really good. Caught sleeping. Okay. Step hop and that on guard. Let's see what happens. Step hop into lunge. Really good. Okay. Step hop into try to go backwards. Good. See the opening beat attack? Clean. You're still battling Napoleon. Man, forwards, backwards. No helicopter. No, too passive. Too passive. You gotta, this is way too passive. If he's not gonna do anything, you gotta make something happen. Like, he's just going forward. You gotta be in and out here, threatening him. If he's gonna give you all this time to do stuff, you gotta do it. More. He's not reacting, do more. You were late off the line. Deep breaths, man, deep breaths. Yeah. If you're late off the line, just call for a hold. I don't know why Sabre lets it, but they do. Oh, that was almost really good. What action should you be looking for slower opponents? Same deal you're looking for on anybody. Oh, that was really nice too. You are looking to get them to finish at a time you control. the advantage over a slower opponent for them is that they can see what you're doing and have the time to react to it and won't over pursue. What that gives you is more time to do whatever you would be doing anyway. Feints, counters, quick steps in, quick steps out, anything really, just trying to get it right. Just trying to get a reaction. And if they don't react and they let you in close, counterattack. Do a close up 4. Oh, I think that was a technical issue. You are just not, you're getting that parry, but you're kind of coming up like this, and so it's catching you over here when you need to be pushing sideways with the parry. Good defense, good defense. But be more aggressive when he's... Yeah, really good defense on that last touch. You need to be more aggressive when he's not paying attention. But, you know, a good long attack. Let's see. Does anybody else have any bouts they want me to review? Alternatively, does anybody have any bouts they want me to do high level? Otherwise, we're going to go watch Budapest Podium. You're very welcome. You did link one more. Sure, I'll do that one. Does your blade work this time? It's another thing beginners need to do is make sure they have working equipment. I can't tell if the camera perspective is weird or you're just twice her size. But you know, you got the first one there, that's your first deal. French versus pistol is purely personal preference. As a beginner, feel free to go back and forth until you find one that you like better. She is short, you are tall. You are twice her size, okay. Whatever you find more comfortable. That was a nice touch. That was a really nice 8 riposte.
No.
Another thing a lot of beginner fencers do is really big actions to knock the blade very far away. But you're doing a nice clean one, a small one. And you're looking more active. Oh, how do you play as French? It's the same. All fencing needs to focus on distance. The actions you choose might be a little bit less blade focused, but that's a relatively minor part of the overall game. And you as a fencer should not change what you're doing really when you pick up a French or a pistol. Fence your game with whatever weapon you have, and you find one works for you better, and then you just use it. You know, as a French gripper, I'm more likely to draw on my opponent for a counterattack. But if he's not giving me a good opportunity to counterattack, I'll take a parry. And that's just the way it is. Oh, that's it. That was actually a better bout than your first couple. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, here. This is good. This is good movement. This is you staying loose and active. Going forwards. You didn't get the touch because you didn't really lunge, and also probably because your blade is broken. But that is a really good basis to build on. Keep your knees bent more when you do it. But this kind of emotion is really good. And also make sure you go backwards. You go forwards, you push, and you're done now. And that's a step. You don't want to step in like that. You want to lunge. Push off with your back leg. That was good though. That was a nice 6. Okay. Now we can go back to Budapest. The Grand Prix Budapest podium. Skip. Not at your level. Asking the Discord, since you only have female practice partners, if that would affect my game during male tournaments. Not at your level. You should focus on the basics that we talked about before in practice, and they will help you against female or male opponents. The level at which it really matters is much higher than where you are right now. Make sure you practice good fundamentals and stay active in practice. Knees bent, arm first, hip up, loose arm, explosive off the back leg when you lunge. Keep moving. When you're down, would love to learn from a good French grip VOD. Well, we are about to watch the Budapest Grand Prix, and I'm pretty sure there's French grippers in here. So, yeah. Xander, there's an old bout of you from 2017 that you think you'll save. You are much braver than I am, because I cried when I watched my old footage.
A long time. Once again,
Okay, this was a dumb bout, but the first one was really good.
and we can also see that
The crowd was enormous here because Kuna Ana is Hungarian and Budapest is in Hungary, and everybody came in to cheer on the local girl.
So here we go. Semi-final time, number 1 for the women's FAS. And
No.
a win from
Goodbye, David King. At a very high level, at a very advanced level of fencing, like the finals of Grand Prix, there are pretty significant differences between women's épée and men's épée. Where women's épée is focused on finding small advantages and sort of snowballing it into a larger and then a larger advantage into a touch, and men's fencing is focused more on extreme athleticism and finding an opening and just immediately trying to hit it. There are obviously lots of exceptions, but that's the vague idea. Here we have Marie-Florence Kandasamy in a fairly surprising appearance versus Kuna Ana in also fairly surprising appearance. Kandasamy is 32, now 4th in the world, but I'm not sure where she was before she got a bronze medal, not to be spoilers. No, she was the one who was supposed to be here because she was 4th last year too. But Kuna Ana has been really good for a long time, but I think this is her first medal at a Grand Prix, second medal at a Grand Prix. Budapest and Budapest, okay. Yeah, she's also very good, but not, I was surprised to see her at the top here. I didn't think she would make it. Maybe just to follow more women's épée. Kun pushes, first attack. Clean flush. There must have been microns from getting hit because that's a really well-timed counter from. Oh my god, the camera work is so awful. Should have just recorded it myself. That was really nice. Good hand shot. See, Kandasamy is doing these little tiny preps. He's not even fully extending her arm. And Kun still manages to find the timing to go in and hit her in the elbow. Little tiny motions, but they're searching for any small opportunity. Another one. Same deal. Step back. Kandasamy comes forward. Yeah, I mean, that's a worthless replay. But the idea is the same. Can't hear it because I muted the commentary, but the crowd was enormous and very loud. And I don't see the whole show. I don't know what it's like to fence here, but the whole stadium is darkened and they got really bright spotlights shining down on the fencers. It's a great look visually. It's even better than it shows here, but it feels like it would be hard to fence. Very glaring bright lights in your eyes. I think Kandasamy is staying farther away now that she knows that Kun has that arm shot. And it works for her. Kun's trying to take 4 a lot, and Kandasamy baits the 4 and goes low. Kandasamy has a solid few inches on Kun. There was just one Polish woman who was like 6'4". It was crazy. She was so big. A little bit out of distance from Kun, and this is another difference you'll find is that the men have a much more explosive flesh. That was she had the timing on the flesh and got there and just didn't have the explosiveness to finish. That one she did, but Kandasamy was faster on the counter there, so another double. Fake flush into attempted parry, but Kandasamy just goes backwards. Search, flip, parry. Yeah, that one got set up a couple of seconds before. Kandasamy goes in and in. That is fake. That is real. And Kun sees the fake and thinks she can attack into the fake again, but it's real. It's very psychological. I'm scared to do touches like that because I assume I'm just misunderstood my opponent somehow. But you gotta take risks if you want to win. And it's the same kind of touch we saw from the men, right? It's a push, pull kind of a deal, but the women are just smaller and more precise with it. Foot touch, nothing done. Kun been very patient with it. A little bit too patient. I believe Leon Paul sponsors the French team. So good for them, because I love my Leon Paul gear. Mostly my mask. There's nobody in the women's game who fences quite like Max Heinzer, even spiritually, with the same kind of a game, which is a little bit too bad. They're very out of distance. Let's see. Yeah. Just a little bit unexplosive and a little bit of a bent arm there. You can see she never quite gets to, oh, she does. A little bit unexplosive, I guess, but clean flush. The women are all very, very clean technically. There's nobody who has the same kind of weird style that Heinzer does, which is almost too bad. This is a pretty good bout, but a lot of the other ones are kind of snooze fests. Double non-combativity, that kind of thing. That was good. That was exactly as far as she needed to go and nothing more. Kind of a Randy flush from Kuhn. Lucky she got a double out of it. See, as bouts go on nowadays, men and women, they get more active. You see a lot of opening round P cards. Even first minute is a P card. People are going, and then as they start understanding each other better, they go farther back and forward, and push more once they realize what they can do. 7-10. It's a bowling score. High low. That's like our third or fourth touch doing that. Kunis is definitely trying to set something up with this flush. I'm not sure what it is, but it's not really working for her yet. Nine. Now is when it really gets interesting. There's that arm touch again from the beginning. And the Sami needs to open up the distance more. She doesn't want to get hit by that again. That was really nice. The first time she's missed that foot touch, and Kuhn manages to get the good punish on it. That's so hard to do because if foot's a shallow target, so you gotta go either really time it picking up your foot, or take a parry, and then it's hard to take the 8 down all the way back up. $11-14. Kanasami is kind of nervous, I think, at this point. She's like, why is this easy? And there's the arm touch again. And I was right about now watching it, I was like, she's not really going to do this, is she? It's going to be close, but like, all Kanasami's got to do is get a double. But this is the close distance again, judging by the way the tips are crossed. So this is where Kuhn's so dangerous to the arm. There, yep, just barely off the bell probably. Yeah, there it is. Another arm shot. That's at least 5 now. Still close. Still, the distance still close, and that's all Kuhn's for the arm. I think Kanasami is really thinking double here, and that's why she's close. But she really needs to be thinking single. Going for a double is not always advisable. If you see the opportunity for one in your head, you can take it, but you shouldn't be trying to generate a double. It's just not too dangerous. And now we have La Belle. And a surprising, insane, unbelievable comeback victory for Kuhn Anna in let's see if we can hear the crowd.
And she's in to the gold medal match here today.
Some of the crowd roared.
Still win bout.
That was a boring bout. No two ways about it. That wasn't fun. That was kind of a boring bout. Did get very close. This was a fun bout because these are two really young fencers. Shocking to see them on the podium. And hi, T-Powered Robot. I assume you're off doing your own stream, but welcome. This is Gaetan Bia on the left, French gripper, just like Abdullah wanted. He is Gautier Grumier's protege, and Grumier obviously one of the best fencers of all time. But Cohen on the right is coached by Angelo Mazzoni, also one of the greatest fencers of all time. So this isn't just about these guys, it's about the legacies they represent.
So the level of Menepe is impressive.
And this stuff can't speak English. Sorry. Also, two lefties, just saying. They're just better than you at things. push, push. Same kind of a deal of going into distance. And just trying to see what your opponent does. If you've ever read or watched anything by the fencing coach, you know he talks about one tempo versus two tempo distance. And this is kind of the thing he's talking about, where you go into distance, you see what's happening, and then you launch your attack without trying to French grip left, unless you're trying to say that, asking if he's using a French grip. Bia is using a French grip. French grip. Plosives are hard. That was a two tempo attack. Feint high, go low. Take the 8. Anyway, this sort of jumping into distance with something and then seeing what there is to see and hoping your opponent misses his response is the one tempo action kind of a deal that the fencing coach talks about. But so far it's been pretty safe for Cohen to launch attacks. Bia's been content to go backwards and dodge without really trying to step in the middle. What makes Israeli épée so strong? Well, Angelo Mazzoni is one of the greatest coaches of all time, in addition to being one of the greatest fencers of all time. And he's been working with the team since Tokyo, at least. So that would be a big help. I happen to know they also have, even before he started working with them, have been doing a lot of training with the Italian squad. And I think, Italian épée is also extremely good. Cohen is so fluid with the hand, proving my point exactly with that step back, perfectly balanced, boop, flick. Not leaning into it at all, just pure arm forward. His arm is gone. You cannot do anything with his hand until he moves it out. And when he moves it out, he's doing something with it that you have to respond to. It makes it so difficult because all you can threaten is the body. But if you try to do that, his hand's jumping in. Your new club's gotten a new coach, former head of the Polish national team, and the way he coaches is really different and fun and exhausting. Well, getting in shape is good for you, and based on the video reviews, you are rapidly improving, so great. Ooh, missed the first one, tried for the second. Bia's ready with the counter. He is so fluid and unpredictable with his footwork and distance. Dealing with his game plan looks exhausting. Yeah, wow, okay. The push, pull, but he just pushes really hard and pulls really hard. And it looks exhausting to fence that way. Deal with it. But he's really good at it. He's in really good shape. This is everybody at this level. This is 2 days of fencing for him. 2 full days of fencing. Started at 8 and at the last bout. I wonder where he gets his explosiveness from. Because look how far back his back leg is. It's, that's where all your power comes from. But he must have really strong calves and thighs. I'm not even going to pretend to try to guess what Grumi is going to say to him. Probably stay upright. That's the French thing to do. This is what I don't like, actually. I said that, and I'm going to control each thing. Too often he's forced to go backwards with a crossover and standing up. He's not going backwards on guard and getting controlled. And I think that's the big mistake he's making. Like, he's getting off balance there twice. Launches from out of distance. Cohen's got his arm back, which is in theory a good time, but he's so far away, he pulls out the double. I'm going to go to the final after this, unless somebody else has another bout they want to watch in particular, or another fencer. Yeah. Managed to get Cohen to go for a deep shot without being able to really go forward. And catches on the counter. Let's watch that again. One more. Okay, so it's push. It's in. And he goes in, and Cohen's still kind of going backwards, so he doesn't have the push he needs to go forwards. Falls short. And Bia gets the counter. Cohen's trying to get cheeky, but a good deep four from Bia with a good counter. 7. Wow. You don't see a 7 a lot. Yeah, so that was what I was talking about a little while ago. Flush from out of distance, but B is totally off balance, legs are straight, jumping in the air, can't hit the counter, so Cohen gets the remise. If Bia could have stayed balanced, he could have gotten that one easy. At a distance, I think a little bit. Going low, get parried. 2-tempo action. Feint low without trying to see what Cohen is doing. That's Angelo Mazzoni. Cohen is just waiting and waiting. He knows Bia has to go eventually. When Bia goes, Cohen gets a double. Cohen with a step back flush. No. Well, kind of. Backwards, wait. Backwards, wait. Backwards, 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 flush. In your level, no, you should not. In my level, should I play differently when I'm ahead or behind, looking for doubles or single lights? You should not. You should stick to your game plan and fence the best way you know how. With a couple of exceptions, like if your opponent is if you're ahead and your opponent does not want to attack, then maybe you can wait. But at your level, you should definitely be just fencing the best way you know how to fence. Don't worry about the score. It's a great way to get trapped in thinking, oh well, I have to attack, and then you attack, but you're not setting it up properly. No more. I think this was on the old video, but I have merch now. You should go buy it on Redbubble. Very, very snazzy logo. Everybody loves to represent obscure internet streamers and websites. Cimini is old. He's been around for ages. Oh, I am wrong. He's 28. He's been fencing. He's been fencing seniors for a decade, though. So he's old. He's been around for a long time, and he has not updated his podium. However, this is only his second World Cup medal, Grand Prix medal, and he's never gotten a World Cup gold either. That must be juniors. Sorry, it's been a long stream. I'm not quite paying attention yet. Okay, focus. Well, you know, he's younger than me too, to be fair. He's just been around a long time on the circuit. So this is interesting. This is a little bit of an old school technique. Is Cimini has his arm very far forward and he's just waiting for Cohen to come into that. See, look how far it is. And so he's forcing the engagement distance at that level, and he's relying on his superior blade work to handle it. And Cohen is trying to do the things he does when he gets close, but he's too far away for it all to work. Like that flick only works when you're very close to your opponent. Yeah, Cohen. Cimini's just pressing with an extended arm, not even really trying to hit Cohen, just trying to draw something out, because he knows Cohen doesn't quite have the distance sense yet. Yep, same deal. The flick only works from a lot closer, but Cohen's trying to judge the distance based on the blade, not the opponent. Which is another good trick. Judge your distance based on your opponent's front shoulder, not on their blade. Yeah, now he's looking a little desperate. I think we're just gonna go to first break. 30 seconds left, but Cimini is refusing to attack, and Cohen doesn't want to get hit again. And the ref is like, "Hey guys, you have to fence this out." And it's a silly rule, because anybody who knows what they're looking at knows they're not really trying to fence. Just, pop blades, go backwards. Pop blades, go backwards. And end of the first break. Cimini's sitting pretty. Cohen needs to understand that the distance has changed when Cimini has his arm so far out. Interesting that the ref called halt and said to fence. See, now Cohen's getting closer without committing. And so Cimini is trying to get the blade work done, but now it's a much better distance for Cohen. I believe that you're supposed to give a verbal warning before you apply the P cards. And that was the opposite, where Cohen went into Cimini's distance, but didn't commit and let Cimini do the commitment from out of distance. Anyway, verbal warning before you give P cards for that kind of a thing. And they used to give warnings, but not for a while. I mean, I'm as likely to be out of date on your ref instructions as you, but that's the last thing I remember. 3 for Cohen now. Same deal. He's got a better sense of the distance now, and he's not committing, and he's pushing close enough to Cimini that Cimini thinks he has to counter. Good high-low from Cimini, but still almost got hit. Yeah, really big change in momentum. This is what Angelo Mazzoni can do for you if you have the if you have the lira to afford him. Bye. Thank you for stopping in. What happened here? Went low again, but Cohen went straight and got the timing. Where are we at now? 5-8. Man, it was what? 7-0. Cohen switched it up. You can see from the short attack flick things to the long attack lunges. And because Cimini's got his arm farther out, this is why people don't usually do this. He's got to commit to the parry so much earlier that Cohen has time to do the remise. Cohen is pressing for the comeback because he's got the momentum, and when you have the momentum like that, you don't want to give your opponent a chance to recover, relax, and get back set. Remise is spelled. It is when you make an attack and you miss, and then you do a second attack. That second attack is called a remise. 8-10. Ooh! Surprise flush from Cimini, but Cohen's got phenomenal blade work to get with a back flick, actually. Yeah. That's what you can do when you're tall. And another one. 2 in a row to tie it up. Back-to-back back flicks from Jonathan Cohen. Not me picking my ear on stream. And Cimini's got to do something. This is a phenomenal comeback. 11-11. It was 7-0, guys. Remember that. This is insane. Kuhn had the amazing comeback on the women's side, and now Cohen's got this on the men's side. Let's see if he can close it out. Double. Cohen's a little too eager now. He doesn't have the same, he's eager and nervous. He doesn't have the same control of it that he did before. Yeah. It looks like that's what he wanted, just get out disengaged, honestly. Going for the preem again. Maybe it's because he missed. Uh-oh is right. Because now Cimini's back in the driver's seat. See, Cohen's too stationary here. It's all the blade work here, and Cimini's got little tiny changes in the distance and goes in for the touch, but Cohen's so static there. That's how he gets hit. This is why it's important to always keep your feet moving. "50 seconds left. You got a lot of time, kid." Yeah. Back. There we go. Now still moving. He's still distracted by the blade. This is how the Italians get you. They do all this crazy blade work, and you get distracted by it, and then they hit you with the straight attack. Because their fencing is really good, and they're just distracting you with the blade work. Late reaction. 15-13. After coming back from 7-0. It's phenomenal. And Cimini is over the moon. This is his first ever Grand Prix win. Yeah, I was kind of rooting for Cohen too, but you know, Cimini's a good guy. And Cohen's like 18, so he'll be around for a long, long time. Cohen is... and 4th in the world now. That is insane. Yeah, really, really good adjustment by Cohen to make the comeback, and really says a lot for his game in the future. I've been doing this for like 3-4 hours, and I am exhausted. Thank you all so much for joining me. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. Check me out on the website, Fantasy Fencing. Maybe next week if everybody doesn't cancel their events and protests like the Germans did. Probably next Friday or Saturday night. See you guys.